From a terrifying beast on the loose to an unsettling sound echoing across the globe, these are the top 5 mysteries that no one has ever been able to explain. So turn off the lights, lock your doors, and let's get started. Starting us off at number 5 is the bloop. In March of 1997, a low-frequency underwater acoustic recording detected an incredibly loud sound in the Pacific Ocean. The noise, which was nicknamed the bloop, lasted around 30 minutes and was recorded by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's SOSUS network, which uses an array of hydrophones to detect submarines. These hydrophones are located throughout the Pacific Ocean, from California all the way to Fiji. Now, the strange thing is that this particular sound originated approximately 5,000 kilometers from the nearest hydrophone, making it difficult to determine its exact location. Researchers did calculate that the sound had an estimated source level of 180 decibels, which would make it louder than a blue whale's call and one of the loudest sounds ever recorded. Some researchers suggest that the bloop may have been the sound produced by 2 massive ice shelves colliding. However, the timing of the sound does not align with known ice shelf collapses. Others suggest that it could have been the sound produced by a large animal, such as a blue whale or sperm whale, but the bloop's immense volume makes this unlikely. So what was it then? Well, some people believe that it was the sound made by a gigantic creature unlike anything we've seen before. There have been many sea monsters spotted in recent years, and maybe the bloop was the sound it made when it was disturbed. Or perhaps it was something completely unknown to science, something extraterrestrial visiting our world beneath the waves. Whatever the truth may be, we may never know for sure. Coming in at number 4 are the Marfa lights. If you're driving through the small town of Marfa in southwest Texas, you might see a series of strange lights dancing along the horizon. These lights have been observed by locals and tourists alike, and have been described as bright balls of light ranging in color from white to yellow to red. The strange thing is that these lights appear and disappear without explanation and seem to dance across the horizon as if they have a mind of their own. Now, despite the enduring mystery of the Marfa lights, there have been several theories proposed to try and explain them. One popular theory is that the lights are the result of a mirage caused by the refraction of light through layers of air that differ in temperature. Another theory suggests that the lights are actually reflections of light from passing cars or trucks. However, this theory doesn't explain why the lights are sometimes seen in the middle of nowhere or how they move in unusual patterns. Some believe that the lights may be related to magnetic fields or electrical currents in the ground, while others believe that they are the result of a natural gas leak. Now, the UFO community believes that the lights are actually extraterrestrial in origin. They say that they are the result of spacecraft landing or taking off from a nearby military base, or that they are naturally occurring electromagnetic phenomena resulting from high levels of radiation in the area. Whatever the truth may be, the Marfa lights continue to captivate those who witness them and remain one of the most enduring mysteries in modern folklore. Moving on to number 3, we have the Betz metal sphere. In December of 1974, a family in the small town of Half Moon, Ohio, were going about their nightly routine when they noticed something strange in their front yard. There in the middle of their lawn was a shiny metal sphere about 2 feet in diameter. Now, the strange thing is that this sphere appeared to be moving on its own. It rolled back and forth, up hills and across the street. And when the family members tried to touch it, it vibrated and shook violently. Now, this attracted the attention of other townspeople, and soon a crowd gathered to watch the bizarre spectacle. The object was cold to the touch and made a humming noise. It was also impervious to bullets and hammers and showed no signs of stopping until police finally used a crane to load it into a truck and take it away. The sphere was analyzed by military experts at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, but they were unable to determine its composition or origin. Over the years, various theories have been proposed about the nature of the Betz sphere, ranging from a Soviet spy device to an alien spacecraft. But to this day, nobody knows for sure what it was. Coming in at number 2 is the Taos hum. In the late 1990s, residents of the town of Taos, New Mexico, began to report hearing a strange noise that nobody else seemed to be able to hear. At first, it was dismissed as a prank or a figment of their imagination. But as more and more people began to report hearing the same noise, it became clear that something was going on. This noise has been described as a low humming sound that is constant and pervasive, like a jet engine or a refrigerator. Some say that it's just barely audible, while others say that it is loud enough to be a nuisance. Now, despite the fact that the Taos hum remains unexplained, there are some theories as to its cause. Some say that it is a type of electromagnetic interference, while others believe that it is the result of nearby industrial activity. Still, others believe that it is a psychological phenomenon known as the Tinket effect, which causes people to perceive sounds that are not really there. Research has failed to turn up any conclusive evidence as to the source of the noise, and it continues to baffle scientists and researchers to this day. It's unclear whether the Taos hum is a genuine phenomenon experienced by a small percentage of the population or a mass delusion. But for those who hear it, the constant low hum can be a source of great distress. And finally, coming in at our number 1 spot is the Beast of Gévaudan. Between 1764 and 1767, a mysterious creature terrorized the small village of Gévaudan in southern France. It was said to be the size of a wolf with sharp claws and teeth, matted hair, and a blood-stained muzzle. The beast was responsible for the deaths of dozens of people, mostly women and children. And despite the efforts of professional hunters and ordinary villagers, it could not be stopped. Official hunts were organized by the king's officers, and the village offered a reward for the beast's capture. However, none of the hunters were successful. Now rumors began to spread that the beast was a werewolf, and the killings continued unabated. Finally, the killings stopped as suddenly as they had begun, and the identity of the beast was never discovered. However, some historians now believe that the Beast of Gévaudan may have actually been a large wild dog or wolf hybrid that escaped from a local nobleman's menagerie. According to this theory, the beast was not a werewolf or any other supernatural creature, but rather a large, vicious animal that had been domesticated but then escaped. This theory is supported by the fact that the killings occurred in a remote mountainous area where wolves and other wild animals were known to live. Unfortunately, this mystery has never been solved, and the true identity of the Beast of Gévaudan remains unknown. These are just a few of the many mysteries that have yet to be solved. From unexplained sounds to unidentified creatures, there are many things in our world that we simply cannot explain. What do you think is the most impossible mystery to explain? Let me know in the comments below. And remember, the next enigma might be much closer than you think. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.